What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Friday, December 22nd edition of the NBA Lineup Generator video. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. We only have a 6-game NBA slate tonight, but we finally have a slate where we have a lot of value. The Dallas Mavericks are sitting most of their main players, no Luka and no Kyrie specifically. And we also have stars to pay up for. So for the first time in a while, it's pretty easy to make lineups that look good, get players that we like. Not going to be talking a lot about players that are terrible and playing 12 minutes and just look necessary because there is no value. So it should be a pretty fun video checking out this slate for DraftKings and FanDuel. But first, make sure that you do give this video a thumbs up, hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube, also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get an alert when our shows go live. Now, we're going to start on the DraftKings side. And as always, the first option that you have is to choose the type of lineup that you would like to see. You can select from all lineups, chalky lineups, balanced, or contrarian lineups. The choice should be based on the contests that you are playing. Obviously, you can choose all lineups and just maximize your options. But if you're playing smaller field contests, chalky lineups are probably going to look best. If you're playing the largest field stuff, contrarian lineups are probably where you want to be. Anything in the middle, balanced, will work just fine. For this video, I'm going to choose contrarian lineups, and then you have the ability to lock in a player. This makes it so that every lineup that you are presented with has the player that you selected. I'm not going to do that for this video, but if you're somebody playing, say, one lineup or two lineups, and you know that you definitely want Jaden Hardy, this is where you can save yourself some time. Click Jaden Hardy, and every lineup that you're presented with will have him in there. Now, on the next screen, we start to get our lineups. And for anyone unfamiliar with how this tool works, the lineup generator is utilizing our player projections, ownership projections, and simulation models. It's doing all of the work on the back end and then giving you lineups that project to be profitable in the long run. You then have the ability to save or discard these lineups if you like them or dislike them. And you have all the information that you need when looking at the lineup as well. You can see the total salary, total fantasy points, and total ownership percentage at the top. Down here at the bottom, there are a couple of sliders, one for projection, one for ownership. These show you how the lineup compares to the alternative lineups, which is really important. Fantasy projection and ownership projection, while nice to look at, only matters in the context of the slate. It matters how it compares to the alternatives. And that's what these sliders down here at the bottom are showing you. And then you see the actual players, and you have all of the player level data right in front of you as well. The salary, fantasy projection, and projected ownership for each individual player. And then over here on the right-hand side, you have an arrow or two arrows next to each player. These give you the option to quickly customize these lineups. You're not forced to just play the lineup that's given to you. There are very easy ways for you to change them. And this is one of them. For example, if you're looking at this lineup and you really like most of it, but you don't want to play Klay Thompson tonight, you can click the arrows on the right-hand side. You'll then see every guard-eligible player. We know that we have $7,100 available because we can see Thompson's $6,900 price tag right here. And here we can see we have $200 left over. So we scroll down, and if we wanted to make Klay Thompson, Tyus Jones, for example, we will just click these arrows over here on the right. And of course, you can also see the ownership and fantasy projection for the players that you could swap to as well. Clearly, you can do this for more than one player. You could swap down from Joel Embiid, swap up from Max Prosper. That would work as well. So you do have the ability to customize these lineups. If you get a lineup where you like, 6 of the 8 players, you don't need to just discard it and hope you see it again with players you like better down the road. You can just do that yourself. Now, if you like the lineup, you click save. If you dislike it, you click discard. For this video, I'm going to just grab the first 20 lineups that show up, and that'll get us to our next screen where you can very easily see the exposures that you have to individual players. This is a very, very useful screen because it's going to be difficult as you are saving your lineups to mentally keep track of how much you're getting of each individual player. And so on the screen, you can see all of that very quickly. Jaden Hardy showing up in 90% of the lineup selected. Seth Curry showing up in 85%. Neither of those are surprising. Jaden Hardy looks like one of the absolute best plays on the slate at 4,300 without Irving or Luka. Seth Curry only 3,700. He is questionable, so we do need to see if he's actually going to play. Also remains to be seen if he starts or not. But at 3,700, he's going to look very good. We're getting to 50% Chimezie Metu. There is no Yusuf Nurkic tonight for Phoenix. The assumption is that Drew Eubanks will start, but it could be Metu. One way or the other, though, he does have power forward eligibility. He is only $3,500, so he is showing up as another quality value option. And then we start getting into the real players. Joel Embiid, 45% of our lineups. Nikola Jokic, 45% of our lineups. Kevin Durant, 45% of our lineups. All of these look very, very good. 3 of the best pay-up options on the slate. Then we get to a questionable one. AJ Lawson, 3K, certainly has the potential to play enough minutes to be useful tonight, but there's no guarantee that happens. The Mavericks are shorthanded, but they're not to the point where every active player needs to play a bunch of minutes. Our projection right now is that Lawson plays around 19 or 20 minutes. If that's the case, it does make him look like a quality value, but there is a lot of volatility in that projection. You could get more minutes for Maxence Prosper. You could get more minutes for Markieff Morris. You could get more minutes for Hardy and Curry than we're already projecting. There's a lot of ways this could go, but this is a perfect example of someone where, over 20 lineups, maybe you do want some Lawson because there is the chance he plays 20 minutes and looks like a good value, but you also understand the risk. And so you don't want 35%. If you just click his name, it's going to highlight it in yellow over on the right-hand side, and then it's going to move all of the AJ Lawson lineups to the top on the left-hand side and highlight those in yellow as well. Let's say you wanted to go from 35% down to 20. Find the 3 lineups that you like the least, discard them. You'll now be down to 17 lineups. And then you just have to go to get more lineups down here at the bottom, and it'll take you back to the previous screen where you can select 3 lineups to replace the ones that you just got rid of that do not have AJ Lawson. And now you are down to less to 20% AJ Lawson. So that's a very easy way. I already showed you how you could use the arrows to get players in and out of lineups. That's a very easy way as well. Once you get to this screen, if you just realize you have more of somebody than you want, that's an easy way to fix that problem. You will, of course, want to pay attention to any unintended consequences of doing that. It didn't happen here, but let's say when I cut out AJ Lawson, we just start getting more Maxence Prosper. He's essentially the same play as Lawson, where he's probably going to play minutes tonight. The range of minutes is very wide. I probably wouldn't want tons of him either. So you would want to make sure that you don't have somebody popping up that you're having the same problem with as the original player. But you can do it a couple of times. You can do it as many times as you want and eventually land on player exposures that you are comfortable with for your essentially portfolio of 20 lineups. Here we can see we're getting to 30% Klay Thompson, 30% Drew Eubanks, and then a bunch more Mavericks with Derek Jones Jr., Dwight Powell, Maxence Prosper, and Grant Williams rounding out our highest exposed players here on DraftKings. Now we're going to go take a look at FanDuel and look at the same thing. But first, if you haven't already signed up for the lineup generator or any of our packages, we do have a holiday offer available for you. Sign up using the link in the description below and get 25% off any package of your choice. That can be the lineup generator. It can be the Sims package, whatever you want, NBA, NFL, obviously a lot of NFL going on this weekend. Whatever you want, you get that discount using the promo code HOLIDAY when you sign up. Take advantage of that. It is available for you through December 26th. So the day after Christmas is when this ends. Take advantage of this if you haven't already. It is a great offer. It's our final NFL offer for you. Check this out. Take advantage of it. Use the links below. Now, looking at FanDuel rather, going to go with contrarian lineups as well. Not going to lock anybody in. And I'm going to just save the first 20 here. Usually we like the players a bit more on FanDuel than on DraftKings. Tonight, pricing makes it so we actually like the players on DraftKings as well. And on FanDuel, they look pretty good also. We have Dwight Powell at the top here. Playing time for him, very volatile. We will want to make sure that he's starting. He started last game, but did not start the second half. Dallas went small in that one against Ivica Zubac and the Clippers. I assume Dwight Powell starting tonight against Houston, but make sure he is starting. There is obviously a lot of volatility in that playing time, but he does have power forward eligibility on FanDuel, which is going to make him look good at only 3,900. Drew Eubanks also has power forward eligibility, so while he looks good as a center on DraftKings, he looks fantastic on FanDuel at 4,100. Jaden Hardy is a bit more expensive than on DraftKings, but still looks good. $4,900 price tag, 45% ownership. Not getting as much as we were on DraftKings, but still getting plenty. Kelly Oubre at 5,400 looks like a quality value, along with Derek Jones at 5,800. De'Aaron Fox, 9,900. High upside point guard option on a slate where we do have plenty of value. Bam Adebayo in a great spot against Atlanta at 8,900, showing up 35% of the time. Jordan Poole taking on his former team. Very interested to see what kind of stupid stuff he does tonight, but he does seem like the type of player that will be taking plenty of shots in this matchup. $6,700 Jordan Poole showing up 35%. We're getting to Keegan Murray at small forward 30% of the time. Trae Young, relatively difficult matchup against Miami, but only 10K, high upside point guard at 30%. Dennis Schroeder and Steph Curry both showing up 25% of the time on FanDuel. So that's an early look at this slate using the lineup generator for DraftKings and FanDuel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to sign up using the links below and the promo code HOLIDAY to get your holiday discount. That is available through December 26th. Other than that, thank you for checking out the video. Good luck on your lineups tonight and have a great weekend.